Hey guys, welcome to ANS Solver. Today we'll be doing the concept of partial fractions, the type 2 form, which is a subtopic in the chapter of further algebra. Okay, so here you need to notice the denominator again. Okay, as I said in the previous video also, correct? The denominator is important, correct? Here if you see, you have a 2x minus 1 multiplied to x plus 1 the whole square. As you can see, there's a whole square here. Okay, that's what differentiates this from the other forms. Okay, the square is outside the bracket, it's like a whole square, correct? That's the easiest way of identifying the form. Now, how will be the partial fraction form for this? The partial fraction form will be a over 2x minus 1 plus b over x plus 1 plus c over x plus 1 the whole square. This is basically the partial fraction form for a type 2 denominator. Okay, so you'll have the 2x minus 1 here, then x plus 1, then x plus 1 the whole square. This is what you need to note, correct? Now, what I do is I take the LCM, so I write 2 equals to, here, how do I take the LCM? I have a 2x minus 1 here, I have a 2x minus 1 here. So what's missing? X plus 1 the whole square. So I multiply that to the numerator, so I get a into x plus 1 the whole square. Plus, now I see b, this is important. I have an x plus 1 here. Okay, that means I have an x plus 1 here because I know x plus 1 the whole square is x plus 1 into x plus 1. But what is missing? Another x plus 1 into 2x minus 1. So that I'll multiply it to b. So I get x plus 1 into 2x minus 1, correct? Because there's a whole square here. But here we only have x plus 1, which is only 1, correct? It's not multiplied to the second x plus 1. So that goes to the numerator. Plus c, here I have x plus 1 the whole square. So the missing part is 2x minus 1. So I simply write 2x minus 1. And the denominator gets cancelled, so you don't need to write it, correct? Now, what you do first is, okay, listen to me carefully. First, you find a. So for finding a, I know this full part here should be equal to 0. Now, if you see, I have 2x minus 1 common here. So, if my 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, that means I know this full part here will be equal to 0, correct? Because this thing, if this is 0, 2x minus 1, it will be multiplied to b, which is 0. And this thing will multiply to c, which again gives me 0. So the x value for that will be 1 over 2. Correct? So now substitute this value. So you get 2 equals to a into 1 over 2 plus 1 the whole square. Plus, I know when I put half inside the bracket here x, I'll get a full 0. Plus, when I put half here, I'll again get a 0. Correct? Because this full thing, that was our main motive, correct? That's why we equated 2x minus 1 to 0. So that this full thing here becomes equal to 0. And a is the only variable we have. So now I can write this as 2 equals to a into 3 over 2 the whole square. Now this can be written as 2 equals to, okay, a into 3 square, correct? 3 square is basically 9 over 2 square, which is 4. So now I can write this as 2 into 4 over 9, which is equal to a. So 2 into 4 is basically 8. So I get my a basically as 8 over 9. Correct? Now, instead of calculating b first, because as you can see b is a little more complicated than the others, calculate c. Okay, this is what you need to know. So I find c. In the same way, for c I need this full thing to be equal to 0. So the thing in common is x plus 1. So I equate x plus 1 to 0 to get my x as minus 1. So now I can write this as 2 equals to, I get a 0 here because when I substitute minus 1 here, I get 0. plus when I substitute minus 1 here, I'll again get a 0, plus I'll get a c into 2 into minus 1 minus 1. So I'll get 2 equals to c into minus 2 minus 1. So I get my 2 equals to, okay, here I simply get minus 3 into c. Correct? So I get my c basically as minus 2 by 3. Okay? Now what I need to do is, I need to find b. Okay, so now for finding b, you have the value for a. Okay, you have the value for c. Now the value for x you take as 0. This is what you basically do. So basically you get this as 2 equals to, you know, your a here is basically 8 over 9. Correct? You get your a as 8 over 9. Okay, you take your x here as 0, so you get 0 plus 1, which is 1. 1 square is 1, so it's basically just 8 over 9. Plus here you get b into, here when I put 0 I get 1. Okay, then when I put 2x minus 1 I take my x as 0. Okay, so I only get minus 1. Plus when I put c as minus 2 by 3. Okay, minus 2 by 3. Okay, and here when I put x as 0, I only get minus 1. So I can write this as 2 equals to 8 over 9 minus b plus 2 over 3. So I get my b basically as, okay, 8 over 9 plus 2 over 3 minus 2. Correct? So I can solve this on the calci. 8 over 9 plus 2 over 3 minus 2, which basically gives me my b as minus 4 over 9. Now I can simply write my a, b and c. Correct? So I can simply write it in this form, only substituting the value. So I can write a over 2x minus 1. So the value for a is 8 over 9. So I can write 8 over 9 into 2x minus 1. Correct? Then plus, or actually minus, because then you have b. So this is minus 4 over 9 into x plus 1. Correct? Which I have here. Then I have c, which is minus 2 over 3. So I write minus 2 over 3 into x plus 1 the whole square. So this thing here is basically my f of x, and this is basically the final answer, okay, of my question in the partial fraction form. Okay, correct? So the most important thing here was to identify it's a type 2 denominator, and then everything else was same as a type 1. You had to take the LCM. Okay, but the only thing here is first you need to find a, then c, okay, and to find b, you substitute the values of a equals to 8 over 9 and c equals to minus 2 over 3, and you take your x as 0. This is what you need to know. Okay, now what we can do is we can do another example here. Okay, so that you know you're 100% sure of this concept. So first, as you can see, I have a type 2 denominator. So I can write this as a over 2x plus 1 plus b over 2x plus 3. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Plus c over 2x plus 3 the whole square. So first I take the LCM. So I can write this as 10x plus 9, which is equal to a into, here I have 2x plus 1, here also have 2x plus 1. So the thing missing here is 2x plus 3 the whole square. So I can multiply that to the numerator. So I get 2x plus 3 the whole square plus b into, here I have 2x plus 3. Okay, but here I have 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 3 the whole square. So the thing missing is obviously 2x plus 1, but also 1 of 2x plus 3. not the whole square, because 1 2x plus 3 is covered here, because 2x plus 3 the whole square is 2x plus 3 into 2x plus 3, correct? Plus c into, I have a 2x plus 3 the whole square here and 2x plus 3 the whole square here. So the part missing is 2x plus 1. So I write 2x plus 1. Correct? Now, what do I do simply? First I find A. So for A, I need this full part to be equal to 0. So the thing common is 2x plus 1. So I equate 2x plus 1 to 0. So I get my x as minus 1 over 2. Now I can substitute that in the place of x. So when I put the value of minus half here, okay, in the left hand side, okay, I get the value basically as 4, correct? Because it's basically minus 5 plus 9, which is 4, which is equal to, okay, here I get a into 2 into minus half plus 3 the whole square, plus I know when I put minus half here and here, okay, I basically get a 0 plus 0, correct? That was my main motive. So I get my 4, which is equal to a into, here I simply get a 4, correct? So I get my a basically as 4 over 4, which is a equals to 1, correct? This is what you need to know. Now you need to find, okay, you need to find your C, correct? Because we find C first, then, and after that we find B. So for that I need this full part here to be equal to 0. So the thing in common is 2x plus 3. So I equate 2x plus 3 to 0, correct? That's what I simply equate. So now I basically get my x here, okay, as minus 3 over 2, correct? So I basically get 10 into minus 3 over 2 plus 9, which is equal to, I get a 0 here obviously and a 0 here. So I get 0 plus 0 plus c into 2 into minus 3 by 2 plus 1, correct? This is what I basically get. So now what I can do is I simply get a minus 15 plus 9, which is equal to c into minus 2, correct? Now I get a minus 6, which is equal to c into minus 2. So I get my c basically as minus 6 over minus 2, which gives me my c as 3. So this is the value for C. Now the last thing left is B. So I need to find B here. Okay. How do I find B? The simple way, okay, is you know that your A is equal to 1. You know your C is equal to 3 and take your X equals to 0. So now what you can do is you can simply substitute, okay, basically in the formula which you have here, correct, in this formula here, okay. So when I put 10 into 0, I get 0 plus 9. So in the left hand side I get 9, which is equal to, here I simply get 1 multiplied to 2 into x, which is 0, plus 3 the whole square, plus b into, here I basically get 0 plus 1, which is 1. Here also I get 0 plus 3, which is 3. Plus I get my c as 3. And here I get again 0 plus 1, which is 1. So now I simply solve for b. So I get 9 equals to, okay, 3 the whole square, which is 9, plus 3b plus 3. Okay, so I basically get, obviously the 9 and 9 get cancelled, so I get 0 equals to 3b plus 3. So I get minus 3 equals to 3b, correct? So I get my b basically as minus 3 over 3, which gives me my b as minus 1. Correct? So now I basically just substitute the values of a, b and c into this form. Correct? Which I have. So now I can basically write this as 1 over 2x plus 1 plus, or actually minus, because b is minus 1. So I get minus 1 over 2x plus 3 plus 3 over 2x plus 3 the whole square. So this is basically my final answer. Correct? This is the final answer of the partial fraction. Correct? So this is basically the type 2 form concept. Okay? A simple concept to understand. You need to practice a lot. Okay? Most of the questions are direct like this. Okay? In the past paper, there's, they don't ask you indirect questions in this chapter. Once you know the form, you can get full marks. And this comes for like 5 marks. So it's very important. And so basically this, and you get the binomial expansion for another 5. So these 10 marks you can totally target and master. Correct? But yeah, obviously a lot of practice is required for it. You can do past paper questions or topic wise questions. Correct? And even if you get stuck, we provide video solutions. You can view them. Okay? But yeah, there's a type 3 form left, a type 4 form left. Okay? So we need to view those. Okay? So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video.